Hi all, welcome to another lab session. In this lab session, we will see how to enhance a report in Power BI Desktop. In our previous lab session, we saw how to design a report in Power BI Desktop and we saw how to create visual calculations in the report. So here we will see how to enhance a report and we will be covering total 3 sections. How to create sync slicers, how to sync the slicers in different pages of the report. Okay. We will also see how to do conditional formatting and we will also see how to create bookmarks. So first and foremost, we will look at the sync slicers. In this task, you will sync the year and region slicers and continuing the development of the report created in the design a report in Power BI Desktop lab. Okay. So if you remember, this is the particular report that we created in this lab session, that is probably lab 6. Okay. So in Power BI Desktop, on the overview page, set the year slicer to FY 2018. So if you can just see, this is the slicer which is currently set to FY 2020. Okay, and if you go to the My Performance tab as well, right, it is set to FY 2019. So you see right now what is happening, that if the year 2020 is selected, but in the My Performance tab the year 2019 is selected, which is not correct because this both have to sync with each other. Whenever I select any slicer in one of the pages for the year, automatically in the other pages as well, the year slicer should automatically be reflected. Okay, so now how to do this? We will do this with the help of sync slicers. Okay, so let us first select this year as 2018. You see this has changed, but if you go to performance, this is still FY 2019, correct? So what we will do, right, we will go to the view section. We will go to the selections, not the selections, the sync slicers. Okay, and in the sync slicer we will select this particular slicer here. Once you select the slicer, you can see that this particular box has come, right? So if we go down, it is saying that in the sync slicers pane at the left of the visualization pane, the second column, check the check boxes for the overview and the My Performance pages. So this is the overview and this is the My Performance. Okay, so what will happen, that this particular slicer is present in the overview tab, and this in the My Performance we have this year slicer, right? So we need to sync both of them. So for that we need to select the pages, right? So we select this particular slicer and we select the checkbox for the overview and the My Performance page. Okay, so now this is synced. If I go ahead, if you go to the My Performance, you see this is now showing FY 2018 because they are synced. Similarly, for this region slicer, right, if you go to the profit tab, you will see that this region slicer should be synced with this particular region slicer of the profit tab, right? So if I will select this, okay, and I will again go to the sync slicer. Okay. And here what I will do, I will select the overview and the profit, and that's it. Okay, now if I go ahead and if I select in Canada, you see in the profit it will automatically be selected as Canada, right? So this is basically a global filter. Okay, whatever filters that we have applied, okay, whatever maybe if whatever DAX calculation which you do, whatever filters you apply, right, you apply it actually at the visual level, but the sync slicer, it operates at the global level, at the page level, at the report level, right? So this particular task is done. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to configure a drill through page. Okay, so now what we will do, we will add a new report named product details. So let us rename this as product details. Okay, and we will just hide this page. Let us hide this page. So what it is saying, that report users won't be able to go to the drill through page directly. They will need to access it from the visuals on the other pages. You will learn how to drill through to the page in the final exercise of this lab. Okay, so beneath the visualizations pane in the drill through section, add the product/category field to the add drill through field box here. Okay, so let us open the visualization pane and you will see that there is this section, add drill through fields here. Once we add anything into this field, you will see that there is going to be a small back sign back sign which is going to be available here. Okay, so let us go ahead and drag the product / category field. Okay, and you see there is a small icon which is now displayed here, right? So this is just a navigation icon. If you just hover on it, it will say control plus click here to go back to the previous page in this report. Okay, now what we will do, we will go down. Okay, and here we are going to select it as bikes. Okay, so what this will do, right, this will automatically do the filtering on the basis of category / the will be doing the filtration on the basis of product / category. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to now use add a card. Okay, so let us select the card and let us add it here, and let me go ahead and fill the width. Okay, in this particular card, now what we are going to add, we are going to add the product / category field again. Okay, so let us go to this data and let us go to this category and let's drop it here. Okay, if you can go ahead and see, there is this first category which is displayed. I don't want that to be displayed, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this category label property to off. Okay, so this label will be off. Okay. And now again we are going to add one table. Okay, this table, let me place it down here so that it fills the entire width. Okay, now what we are going to do, it is saying set the affect background color property to a light gray, to a shade of light gray such as white 20% darker. Okay, so let us select this one, let us go to this, let us go to the general, let us go to the effects, and let me select this as this one, white 20% darker. Okay, so this looks much better now. Let us go down. It is saying add a table, which we have added, and now we have to add these following fields: the product / subcategory, the product / color. Okay, so let us add the subcategory, let us add the color. Now let us go to the sales, let us add the quantity, let us add the sales, and let us add the profit margin. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and resize this. Okay, the font, so let us select this as 20 so that it looks a little bigger, and the column headers also as 20. Okay, now this looks much better. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are now going to add conditional formatting. And now if you just go ahead, go down and see, right, you see the drill through page, right, this is now set to bikes. If I go ahead and set it to clothing, it will automatically change it to clothing. So let us select this as bike for the moment, and it is now saying select the table visual in the visualization pane and select the down arrow on the profit margin value. Okay, so let us select this table. Okay, and let us go up, and if you just see, there is this profit margin. Let me select on this profit margin, and here is an option for conditional formatting. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to select on the icons. Okay, so here a bunch of icons are displayed. Okay, and these icons will be according to the value of this particular profit margin column. Okay, so now what we have to do, okay, if the value is greater than equal to 0% is given and less than 33%, then it is going to display this icon, right? So first and foremost, the icon layout, let us select this as right of data. Okay, and if value is greater than equal to 0, so instead of this value as 0, right, this should be minimum. So let me just remove this and let me select this as number, and greater than this value should be 0. So the reason why we are doing this, because profit margin can be negative, right? So if it is negative, then it will be displayed as the red. Let us remove the middle value, we don't need the middle value. And if the value is greater than equal to 0, okay, and let me select this as number, and if it is less than equal to the maximum, let me remove this and let me select this as number. So now this looks perfectly fine, right? So if the value is less than 0, okay, it will be giving this particular red symbol, and if it is greater than 0 till the max, it will be giving this green symbol. And now what we are going to do, it is giving us, okay, this is now going to be number. Okay, Now if I go down, it is talking about the exactly same thing. Okay, the layout is going to be write of data. We have to cross the middle value, and if we go down, it should be displayed something like this. So if I click on OK, you see it will be displayed like this, which is absolutely fine. So whatever value is negative, it is showing in red. Whatever value is positive, it is showing in green. Now what we do, we go to this particular color field, and we change the background field color. So you see the color field, right? It is set as black, silver, black, red, yellow, right? If I go to the table section, okay, and if I select the product field, right, the product table, you will see that this is the color. The color is displayed as black, and this is the background color format. You see, this is all, these are all the hex color codes which are mentioned, the font color format and the background color format. So if I go to the report view, right, I want the exact color as it is mentioned to be displayed here. So how we are going to do that? So let us go to the color, okay, and let us go to this conditional formatting, and let us click on the background color. Now instead of the format style as rules, we will set it to field value. So field value will indicate that whatever value is present in that particular field, right, it itself will be generating that particular color. So because the background in the background column, right, in the background color column, right, of the table, the hex codes are present. So according to those hex codes, that is the field value, the color will be generated, okay, for that particular cell. So now what we are going to do, in this color, we will go down, and from this product we will select this not the product, the color. There is this, where was that, formatting. Yes, it is there in the formatting. Yeah, in the formatting section we have this background color format. So let us select on this, okay, and let us click on OK. You see this particular values are now coming. Wherever there is black, silver, it is displayed as silver. Now if you look at the black, right, it is not, the font is not displayed. So let us change the font as well. So we will go to the color, we will go to the conditional formatting, we will select the font color, and this will also be set to field value, and the color, this will be based on the font color, which is also another hex code. So let us go to the formatting, and let us select the font color format, and let us click on OK. You will now see that everything is now changed to the proper color, right, proper font color. So now let us go down, and now it is talking about how to add the bookmarks and buttons. So this particular task is over, right? Now let us move to the next task, that is to how to add bookmarks and buttons. So in this exercise, you will enhance the My Performance page with buttons, allowing the report users to select the visual type to display. When you have completed the design, the page will look like this. So let us go to this My Performance tab, and in this My Performance tab you have this particular visual, right? So what we want, what is the function of the bookmarks, okay, that whenever we are going to add buttons, right, whenever we will be clicking on one of the buttons, one of the visuals will be displayed, and when we click the other button, then another the other visual will be displayed. So we are going to toggle between the visuals, as if like whenever we are going to click on one button, one particular visual will be displayed and the other one will be hidden. That is what we intend to do using the bookmark, okay. So now what we do, we select the bookmark, and we also select the selection pane. Now in this selection pane we have this sales and target by, right? If I click on this, hide this visual, you see this will be hidden. So by selecting this, by selecting this particular visual, right, by hiding this particular visual, what we are going to do, we are going to create this add bookmark, and now we are going to rename this. Let us name this as bar chart, or rather column chart on, column chart on. And now what we are going to do, we are going to select on this, and we are going to uncheck this data, and let us create one more selection, okay. Let us go ahead and unhide this, let us hide this particular visual, let us add one more bookmark, and let us name this as bar chart on. And from this as well we will unselect the data. Now if I go ahead and if I select this, you see this particular is displayed, and if I select on the bar chart, this particular visual is displayed, and this is exactly what we are going to do, what we intend to do. So now with this, if I go down, you see exactly the same thing is said here, what we have to do. And it is also saying that to update the bookmark, select this and we click on update. We will click on the update if we want to change anything. Like let's say right now it is selected to unhide, right? Now if I want to go ahead and if I want to hide this one, then what I will do, you see it will not automatically change. If I go ahead, if I select on this, it will again go ahead and select the previous visual, right? It will hide the previous one, but I don't want this to happen. If I want to go ahead and hide this particular visual, the other visual, then what we have to do, I have to go ahead and click on update. If I click on update, then only this will change. Now if I clicked on update, you see both of them will be giving me the same value. But again, if I want to change it back, then I select on this and I will hide the first visual, and then again I will click on update. Now you see it will now work perfectly fine. So this is the function of update. So if I go ahead, go down, it is saying configure the second bookmark to ignore the filters, that is data option off, and update the bookmark. In the selection pane, to make both the visuals visible, simply show the hidden visual. Okay, so I will simply click on show, and that's it. Both of them are now going to show me. And what we are going to do, we are going to go to the bookmarks pane, select each one of the bookmarks, and notice that only one of the visual is visible, which is fine. Now in the next stage, what we are going to do, we are going to add two buttons to the page which will allow the report user to select the bookmarks. Okay, so now we have created the bookmarks, but how we are going to add that into the visual so that we can use those bookmarks, right? So we can use that using the buttons. So how we are going to do it, let me unselect this, let me go to the insert section, and you see there is this button section here. We will select on this and we will click on blank. Let me drag and drop this here, let me resize it a little bit. Okay. And now we need to do some formatting, right? So what we will do, we will go ahead and select the button, and then in the format button pane, select the button and expand style section and turn the text property to on, and we will be typing this as bar chart. Okay. So let us go ahead, let us go to the style section, let us enable the text property, and let us name this as bar chart. Okay, and now I will go down, expand the text section, and in the text section enter bar chart, expand the fill section, and then set a fill color using a complementary color. Okay, so let us go down, and you will see that there is this fill section which is also turned off. Let me expand this, and here let me add one complementary color. Let me add this particular color. Okay, so you will see that this will be filled with this particular color, right? The background will be changed. And now let us go down, and here in the action section, expand the action section and then select the type drop down list to bookmark. So let us go down, and you should just see there is this action. So what action will this button perform? This is what it means. So if I go ahead and if I select on this, you will see that there is an option which is bookmark. So in the bookmark, let us select the bookmark. So once I click on this, the bar chart will be displayed. So let me go ahead and click on bar chart, which is on. And that's it, this one button is created. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the same button for column chart as well. So I will select this button, Control C, Control V this, it will create a copy. I will place this underneath, and here in the style section I will change the text to column chart. Okay, and I will go down and I will select this bookmark to column chart on. Now what will happen, now my visualization is ready. Okay. Now if I go ahead and it is saying control click, so you see if I click on control click, the bar chart will be displayed. If I click on the column chart, then only the column chart will be displayed. So this is how we can toggle between both of them. See, this is how I can toggle between both of them. And similarly, if you want to display both of them, you can create one more bookmark. Okay, this will be like a homework for you when you are doing lab. You can create one more bookmark in which both of them will be displayed, right? And you can add that button here. So if I go down, it is saying the same thing. Okay, and next what we need to do is that we need to go ahead and publish and explore the report. Okay, so for publishing we need a work or a school account or a premium account. Okay, so for that reason I don't have currently the work or school account. The work account that I have will not allow me to go ahead and use it for personal reasons. That's why it will cause some compliance issue. That's why I cannot proceed with this. But obviously if you are working in any kind of organization, you can perform these steps over there as well. Okay, so you can publish this, and publishing is absolutely easy. You just need to go ahead and click on this publish icon, this publish icon here. Okay, and it will do the changes in Power BI desktop. It will make those changes. Okay, it will ask for this email. If you are working, if you are working in an organization, you just give your account name and you can click on continue, and it will go ahead and publish your report. Okay, so you follow these steps. There are not much steps for this. There are only 13 steps. You follow this step and you will be finally able to see it in your dashboard. Okay, so that's it guys. That concludes the end of the lab session. So I hope you really learned something new from this particular lab. If you did, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell